This was not planned, but I actually did just come out of the shower like 10 minutes ago. But and I saw this week's Naked Truth video, and I was like, I actually do have some things to say about that. I've been around a few times. I'm from originally San Antonio, Texas, which is where I am now. And I know a lot of people who have never stepped foot outside of this city. And they're always so fascinated by the tales I tell of all the places I've been, but I've been to like three. I've been to Colorado, Wisconsin, and LA. I've been to Colorado twice visiting my grandfather who's lived there basically my whole life. So, I've been there to visit him a few times, and well, after I graduated high school, I had no direction, no focus. I didn't know what I was gonna do. All I knew was that I couldn't stand being here. I hated my life back then, so I finished high school when I was 17. I actually got my degree, half a year early. I got it in January. And so I never bothered applying to college, never did my SATs or anything else. I got my degree, I got the fuck out. And so I went to Wisconsin because I had an uncle who lived there. And, because a few years ago, like when I was in middle school, like 5 years before that, I think, his best friend, who he's known since he was in like high school, moved to Wisconsin to be with his relatives. And so my uncle was like, oh, you know what? I'll follow you. And so yeah, that thing was going on. So I was like, I'll live with him because at the time those were my only real choices. I've got relatives scattered throughout, but like it was basically between him and my crotchety old grandpa. So I was like, I'll go stay with you for a while. And well, what happened there as far as making friends and stuff, I lived there for over 2 years, and I didn't get a job until I'd been there for over 20 months before I actually got a job. So in those first 20 months, like I spent like a total of like for 30 hours outside of the house. For one thing, it's cold in Wisconsin, cause like I'm used to Texas. Texas to Wisconsin is a huge difference. Like we are just getting to winter right now in November, but this weather is what they have like in the middle of July. 2 years there, the hottest it ever got was like 86 degrees, and the damn weatherman be like, "We got a scorcher here, folks, 86." I'm like, scorching, really? Everyone's walking around just like in their bathing suits and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, it's so hot, I can't stop sweating. I'm walking around with like just pants and a shirt, like always, and I'm just like, what's wrong with you people? 2 years in that state, I did not sweat once. But anyways, yeah, I never really bothered trying to do anything, and eventually I just got a job because they were tired of watching me just sit on my ass eating all their food and playing video games for 2 years. But in all honesty, those were two of the best years of my life. No worries, no responsibilities, but I got nowhere in life. But now I know I can really to look forward to retirement whenever that happens. But, anyways, when I was about 19, just before I turned 20, I decided I'm going to LA. Because all my life I've been enthralled with the entertainment industry. And so I'll always see all these celebrities, and I'll be like, I want to be that. I want to have that life and stuff. And so, one day I got a job. I worked there for like 2 or 3 months, and I just saved the money, which wasn't that much, like 1,000 or 2,000. But, and so I got a plane ticket, flew to LA, and I stayed in a hostel for a month. I looked for jobs, I tried to introduce myself to all kinds of people. I got nowhere, and after a month I gave up and decided I'm going back to San Antonio, and I've been here ever since. So one thing I can definitely tell from all of my bad experiences is that, if you're going to uproot your entire life, it takes, for one thing, you should probably have a plan, because I do kind of want to go back to Hollywood eventually. It's not necessarily even that I want Hollywood anymore as much as I want like the Hollywood money, which you can usually find in Hollywood. And I don't even want the money for the sake of the money. It's just that like the more money I make, the more money I can spend to get all the rest of my projects up. It's just, I got a lot of different things I want to do, and it's just a matter of having the resources to get them done. And so, but I'm still working Like my issue is that I've always had like long-term plans. Like I know what I want to be when I'm 50, but I don't know what I want to be when I'm 25. And so it's like, but the things I do when I'm 25 can help me get to where I want to be when I'm 50, but it can help me get there by the time I'm 35 if I plan it better. And of course, dumb luck sometimes. And so that's always been one of my issues, and I think definitely, like, if you're gonna uproot your entire life, try to have some sort of plan. You've also got to have a lot of dedication, because I know at 19 years old, these were just like a passing thing. I was like, this is something that I want right now, but I don't know what I didn't really know what I wanted. I was just like, I want to live like all these celebrities I get to watch, but like, I didn't know how, because like, I make a lot of stories, and so people are like, "Oh, you can be a writer, make sell your screenplays and stuff." But like, the more I wrote, the more I realized I hate writing. I write my stories just so that I don't forget them, but writing isn't in itself what I'm passionate about, and so that's something that I had to learn, and so and now I've gotten to a point where like, okay, I came up with a plan for myself. Like I went to college. I'm in my final semester now, and I'm talking with a lot of my different classmates and stuff about doing taking time and doing independent projects and stuff. I'm doing my internship. I've made a few different connections to a few different people, and so like I'm slowly building up. And would I rather be in Hollywood? Yes, but I'm not brave enough to go try that again. Just like, oh, I'm throwing everything away, just hoping that it works out. I don't know anyone in Hollywood, unless Trisha, you'd be willing to let me be your roommate. I cook. I'm a great cook, especially Italian food. Spaghetti was the first thing I learned to cook. I've been cooking that since I was 7. I'll only be there for a couple of years till I get on my feet. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Unless you say yes. I mean, if you'd be willing to, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, like, definitely, for anyone who's thinking about doing something like that, definitely you have to be dedicated to it and willing realize that it's going to be tough. And it's better if you have some sort of plan. And third, and probably most important, you have to be dedicated and willing to fight, because it's just tough anytime you do anything new in life. Because like, even if you're just a college kid moving out of your parents' house and into a dorm for the first time, like me, the reason I just stepped out of the shower is because I'm living alone in an apartment, and my toilet got clogged. I pooped, I flushed, the water came up and didn't go down, and then in my infinite wisdom, my brain was like, maybe you could try flushing again. Maybe it'll work this time. It didn't work. And so I had to clean some stuff, and I felt like taking a shower after that. And so now, 11 o'clock at night, I'm scrubbing my bathroom and, washing a bunch of towels because I soaked up some dirty, dirty water. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to use those towels again, but I'm washing them. Life sucks. It really does. But, okay, I don't have a but. Life just sucks.